Yeah, we have breaking news. Let's dispense with the pleasantries, Shams. What do you got?
Lloyd, sources tell me the Warriors have traded Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield for a new center, Kristaps Porzingis from the Atlanta Hawks. So after 4+ seasons in the Bay, after being a lottery pick with the Warriors, they have traded away Jonathan Kuminga. His run in Golden State is over, and the Warriors, listen, they were simply ready to move on from him. They get a high upside big man. If Kristaps Porzingis can be on the floor, they're excited about him. They had targeted him for the last few months, and key note, they were actually teammates. Kristaps Porzingis and Al Horford back in Boston when the Celtics won a championship a couple of years ago, and Kuminga likewise has a lot of fans in that Hawks organization. They feel like there's a legitimate role for him under Quinn Snyder to really develop his game. He's still so young in his NBA career, but Jonathan Kuminga, his tenure's over. This guy right here is now going to be a Warrior.
Okay, so now everyone wants to tip a domino here.
What's up, everyone? If you just saw that opening clip from Shams, you got the first major domino of this trade deadline. The Golden State Warriors are making a move, but it's not the move everyone was dreaming about. Let's break this down, because this tells us a huge story about the state of the Warriors, the Hawks, and the entire Giannis sweepstakes. First, the deal itself. Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield to the Atlanta Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis. On the surface, this is a classic change of scenery trade for both sides, but the implications are massive. For the Warriors, this is a concession. This is them admitting that the Giannis dream, at least for this deadline, is over. As Shams just reported, they made a pick-heavy offer, but came to the belief that Milwaukee isn't moving their two-time MVP right now. So, Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the front office pivoted. They've been desperate for size and rim protection for years. Porzingis, when healthy, is exactly that, a 7'3" floor spacer and shot blocker. He's a theoretical perfect fit next to Draymond Green. The key word there is theoretical. His health is a perpetual question mark. But they're betting that a change of scenery and playing in a system built around Steph Curry can unlock the version of Porzingis we saw glimpses of in Dallas and Washington. This isn't a needle mover for a championship, but it's a solid consolidation move to try and salvage this season and get bigger. But let's be real. Trading Jonathan Kuminga is a huge deal. This is the Warriors officially moving on from their last high-upside lottery pick from their own drafts. Kuminga is an explosive athlete who showed flashes of becoming a two-way star. The fact that they were willing to include him for Porzingis, a player with a significant injury history, tells you how urgently they felt they needed to change the roster's construction and how they valued Kuminga's future in their system. Some will call this a mistake, others will say it was time. Now, flip it to Atlanta. This is a fantastic deal for them. They get younger, more athletic, and add a player whose skill set is perfect for the modern NBA. Kuminga in Quinn Snyder's pace and space system, playing next to Jalen Johnson, that's a terrifying, hyper-athletic forward duo. They get off Porzingis's money and bring in a 21-year-old with all-star potential. Buddy Hield gives them a pure, veteran shooter to space the floor. For a Hawks team stuck in mediocrity, this is a clear win now and win later move. They get better immediately for a play-in playoff push, and they secure a cornerstone piece for their future. But the biggest headline from that entire clip is sentence number 1 for the Giannis saga. The Warriors' pursuit of Giannis Antetokounmpo is over. Boom. One major suitor officially steps out of the bidding. That immediately shifts the entire landscape. So, if not Golden State, then who? As Shams said later in the segment, the focus is now on Miami and Minnesota. The Miami Heat are always lurking for a superstar with their culture and Pat Riley's allure, but the package they can offer is complicated. Do the Bucks want Tyler Herro, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and picks? It's solid, but is it the best available? That leads us to the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is the team to watch. Think about it. They have the best defense in the league, anchored by Rudy Gobert, but their offense can stagnate. Now, imagine replacing Karl Anthony Towns, an elite offensive player but a defensive liability in big moments, with Giannis Antetokounmpo. You get a front court of Giannis and Gobert. That is absolutely terrifying defensively. And offensively, Giannis with Anthony Edwards in the pick and roll? That's championship-level firepower. Minnesota can offer Cat, multiple young players like Jaden McDaniels, though they'd be reluctant, and a pile of draft picks. It might be the most compelling basketball fit and one of the best trade packages available. The Bucks are now playing a high-stakes game of chicken. With Golden State out, does the pressure from Miami or Minnesota increase? Or do they, as Shams suggested, decide to kick this can to the summer, risking a full year of drama and diminishing returns? This Porzingis trade is more than just a player swap. It's a signal. It's the Warriors waving the white flag on the biggest fish and settling for a medium-sized one. It's the Hawks making a sharp, forward-thinking move, and it's the event that narrows the Giannis derby down to its final, most serious players. So, what's your take? Did the Warriors give up on Kuminga too soon? Is Atlanta the big winner of the day so far? And most importantly, with the Warriors out, who should be more aggressive for Giannis, Miami or Minnesota? Let me know in the comments. The deadline clock is ticking and the dominoes are starting to fall.